So the peace that you're looking for in life comes in the form of work. And that's something that I preach all the time. And I'm not preaching to other people, I'm preaching to myself. This morning I did not want to wake up. I didn't want to get out of bed. And instantaneously, when I said those words to myself, it's 3:30, my alarm goes off at 3:30 a.m. And I immediately, as soon as I thought those words, I immediately hopped out of bed, because I don't want to be a bitch. I want to do things that I want to do and keep my word. I don't want my feelings and my emotions to dictate my outcome, because if I do, I'm going to be 500 fucking pounds, lazy, probably unemployed and on welfare, if that was the case. And that's what most people are doing. And if you let your emotions dictate your life, you are not controlling anything. And if you're not controlling anything, then you cannot get mad at the situation that you are currently in. Because I imagine that most people don't even realize this, but they're in the position that they're in currently because of decisions that they made years ago. Let that sink in for a second. Because of decisions you made years ago, you are in the situation that you are in. It's because you're overweight, you don't make the amount of money that you want to make, you don't have the relationships that you want to have. All of those sorts of things are because of decisions you made years ago. Because you didn't take control. You let your emotions dictate everything. Oh, I don't feel like it. Well, majority of the things that I do, I don't feel like doing. There hasn't been one day at 3:30 a.m. that I felt like waking up. But I do it anyways. Because I know that by 5 a.m., I'm going to feel pretty damn good. I know that if I don't get it in the morning time, my chances of getting it in later diminish. And I also know that consistency is the key. And you have to train your body and your mind, more importantly, to do things that you don't want to do in order to get the things that you want to have in your life. If you consistently make no changes, if you consistently do the same things over and over again, how can you expect a different result? You can't have the things that you want to have if you're doing the same things. And so it's like this because we live in a interesting time, because we have so much information, we have so much opportunity, we have so much food, we have so many resources. And it makes people lazy. It makes the average American lazy and incompetent. You know, I have some concerns about the youth, the Gen Zers, because they don't even know, they all carry a supercomputer in their pocket, but they don't know how to do anything. And obviously that's not going to be true for every single one of those people. There's always the bell curve. But the average is concerning. And it's because people don't know how to think. They want to be told what to do so they don't have to think. And which is great for somebody like me because it just creates opportunities for somebody like me, somebody who's got drive, somebody who's got energy, and somebody who's got a sound of mind, because I'm going to be able to accomplish anything that I want to in life. I firmly believe that. However, I care about people. I care about the man on the bottom of the totem pole, if you will, and I want the best for them as well. And I understand that majority of people aren't going to make any changes, but you have to really change the way that you think about yourself first, and you have to start making changes to the food you eat and the people you hang out with, and how often you pray and your connection to God, and in the vibration, the work that you put out into the world. You can't, if you want to have change, you can't do the same things. I mean, that's just the bottom line. You have to change your actions. And it all starts with a thought. It all starts with your thinking. However, sometimes there is a time and place, I think, for all of us where you have to almost stop thinking and just get into motion. Just be okay with failing and making mistakes. Just learn from those mistakes. And that's how you have a winner's mentality, is if you just consistently just win. I'm going to sneeze here real quick, so give me 1 second. Maybe it went away. I don't know. But you have to have that winner's mentality, and what that is basically, no matter what happens, you're going to win, because you're going to either win or you're going to learn, and therefore it's a win. And so no matter what, you're gaining, you're moving forward. You don't take back steps. Where people take back steps is when they consistently do the things that they know that they shouldn't do. When you're in a situation of you don't know what you don't know, that's a time of learning. But when you know better and you still make the mistake, you still eat the food that you know you shouldn't eat, you still drink the drink that you know you shouldn't drink, you still don't do the workout when you know you should, it's those moments that you have to change, and you have to just be strong. And it's not even courage, it's just do it anyways. Just get out, hop out of bed. And that's the first place that all of us start. And that's why I continuously talk about the same thing, is when you hear the alarm go off in the morning time, instead of hitting the snooze button and just laying there, get to your fucking feet. Don't even think about it. Just get to your feet and get moving. If you have that mentality in life where you stop procrastinating on the things that are egging you, because that's what we do, right? We think, hey, we're going to procrastinate on these things, but in the back of our mind it lingers. And so you don't, when you procrastinate, you think that you're getting away with not doing the thing. But the reality of the situation is that you're just making it worse. So you have to do the follow-up, do the work, eat the right thing, spend time with people that actually care about you and want the best for you and are happy for you when you get wins. And you have to cut out people that are liabilities in your life. And just because they're a liability right now doesn't mean that they can't be an asset later in your life either. And the truth of the matter is, you might be a liability, and you have to recognize that. And those people are assets, and you're holding them back. And that's something that people don't really talk a lot about, because it's always, oh, somebody else is a liability, but you actually are probably the liability as well. And you have people in your life that you're probably better off cutting them out because they're assets and you treat them like shit. And so this life, people overcomplicate it, and it doesn't have to be. It's really simple. So you got to do the work. You got to grind. Yeah, you got to work hard. You got to work smart. You got to figure out how to have a smile on your face when you're doing it too. For the most part, not in everything. You know, I'm not a rainbows and butterfly type of guy. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not always happy. I'm pretty much always serious for the most part. But because I see the potential in other people more than they see it in themselves, and so it's frustrating. And because there's nothing I can do other than make videos like this and just talk to people. I talk to everybody the same way. Because I want to get to the core of, like, damn it, why don't you see the potential in yourself? Why do you allow yourself to get to fucking 400 pounds? Why do you allow yourself to just be lazy all the time? Why do you allow yourself to watch 6 hours of Netflix every day? Why do you allow yourself to not learn and be better? Why do you make the same mistakes over and over again? Why do you eat shitty food that actually costs more than just going to the grocery store and eating healthy food that's going to actually nourish your body? And here's the thing. I'm thinking of certain individuals right now as I'm saying that, but I'm also thinking about myself too. It's having accountability. And the thing is, people need to wake up and realize that you have to have accountability over yourself. Though there are certain things that you cannot delegate to other people. And accountability of oneself is one of those things. Yeah, you can have little tools and checklists, and you can have a personal trainer and all that stuff, and a chef, and you can get a personal development coach. And those things are helpful. But at the end of the day, are you in command of your ship? At the end of the day, are you the general? At the end of the day, are you the boss? Or are you the sailor? Are you the employee? Are you the soldier that's just taking orders? If you don't control your mind and your impulses, because that's really what it boils down to, is just impulse control. Then you will probably, you will have a lower probability of being successful, dramatically. So if you have to boil it down, what this video is about is impulse control. What are the things that you're going to do to get control over your mind and your body? Well, here's some starting points for you. Start stacking wins, and you do that first thing in the morning when the alarm goes off. You get up. The second thing that you do is you get your workout in every single day. I don't care when you do it, what time of day you do it, any of that stuff. That's up to you. The third thing that you do is you clean up your diet. The fourth thing that you do is you create a connection to God. And you can argue that it should be number one. At least I can argue that for you. The fifth thing that you do is you start treating yourself with some fucking respect. And when you say you're gonna do something, you better do it. And if you don't want to do something, you better say no. Don't let other people dictate your life. If you have some goals, which probably that is the starting point for all of you don't have any fucking goals. So write that down. See, and that's the thing, is like, what people don't get is that they don't write anything down. They don't fucking know what their goals are in life, and then they get angry with where they end up, and or they're surprised by it. And it's just kind of like, are you stupid? You have to write down in your goals. You have to get in the best shape that you possibly can, make the most money that you possibly can, have the best relationship with your spouse as you possibly can, or your partner, have the closest relationship that you possibly can with your children, get closer to God. I mean, those are the things that matter. Have a strong network, and you have a strong network by first, and all of this comes down to is personal development and becoming the best version of yourself. But how you have a good network is you have to become an asset for other people. If you're a liability, then other people are not going to want to hang out with you, and they shouldn't. It's that simple. So the question is, are you an asset? Do you have impulse control? Can you start controlling your impulses? If you can do that, you will be successful. And that is the bottom line. Peace.